How do you negotiate when you're in a position of weakness? Say you aren't willing or able to walk away, but you also don't want to be taken advantage of. So I love how this question really juxtaposes, right? That feeling of, well, I don't really have any leverage here because I want to take this offer, or I have to take this offer because I'm already in transition and I really need to take this job. And so you feel like you don't have leverage, but at the same time, you don't want to be taken advantage of. You want to be excited about the offer and you want to feel good about it. I was in a negotiation and I was the recruiter on this one. So I was on the employer side of it. And this candidate did a great, great job of getting the salary higher and higher. And in fact, he doubled his salary. And the way that he did it was, well, first of all, the reason why he doubled his salary was because he was incredibly underpaid. Part of that was because of the industry he was coming from. He came from a lower paying industry into a higher paying industry. He also went from a lower paying geography to a higher paying geography. So remember, salaries are relative. And so part of that bump was simply just moving into a different market. This was also a very, very tough search to fill. He knew that he had a special set of skills. He was really able to straddle essentially IT. So it was a very technical job, but he had a very strong business mindset. And so he was really able to straddle the engineering side and the business general management side. It was a very attractive background. It was a hard to fill position. So he knew he was in a good position, but he never lorded it over the employer. He always focused on how excited he was about the offer, how grateful he was to get the offer, how excited he was about the position. Always polite, always respectful, but he kept coming back to, I just want us both to feel really good about the position. And my understanding of this role is that it pays X. And so he always was bringing back his salary demands, not to wanting to assert himself or to get one over on the employer, but he brought it back to what the role commanded and what made sense for the scope of responsibility that they were asking for the level of experience, for the expertise. And he got what he asked for. And he was at that company for years and years. And he's doing very, very well in his career. And so you have leverage. Even if you're coming from, let's say, a lower salary, even if you really want this job, because he really wanted this job, don't be afraid to really stay in your position, to ask politely and respectfully, but assertively for what you want. And remember that leverage isn't only the ability to walk away. You might have decided, okay, I'm taking this job. Leverage is also, though, reminding the employer how valuable your skills and expertise are, because they don't know for sure that you aren't willing to walk away. They don't know for sure that you don't have another offer potentially lined up or that you're close to an offer. They might not know that you have low savings in the bank and you're feeling, anxious about money. They don't know these things. Remember, in the negotiation, both sides don't know everything about each other. And so you might not think that you have leverage, but the employer doesn't know that for sure. So you always have some leverage and you can always push back. And look, if they give you a best and final and say, look, we just can't do anything right now, since you were so polite and respectful through the process, you can still accept if you decide that that is the best offer for you right now. You can think about negotiating later on, but you haven't burned any bridges because you were nice about it all the way through.